So I thought I'd show a little video on beetle wing earrings. I've been playing around with the chameleon powders from Born Pretty and the holographic powders also. These ones are not from Born Pretty, but they're in the nail section, and I bought them all on Amazon. And so the powder I'm going to be working with is the one from Born Pretty is GRB 20, and the holographic one came in a set of 8, and I just kind of tested them all out on a little piece of black clay, and this one has a bit of blue. So just to get you a little history, a lot of people are playing with these holographic and chameleon nail powders, and they're amazing on black clay. Whether it's Primo or Kato or Souffle, they're gorgeous. So I think they look like beetles, and so I've been doing a lot of beetle pots and stuff like that. And I love beetle wing jewelry, and if you get a chance to Google it, it's amazing. Now this is not as realistic as real beetle wing jewelry, but you know, so I just cut some little football shape, flame shape, or whatever, and it was rather time consuming to do them all. I did some in a matte sort of a finish with I ran it through my pasta machine with a green sponge material, foam material, and some I left plain, and put them all on jump rings and assembled them in a necklace. And I wear this necklace all the time. I love it. And did the earrings again, just a bunch of the little discs. But I thought I'd try to make this a little more realistic, more like real beetle wing jewelry. And if you get a chance, Google images for beetle wing jewelry, and it's quite amazing. So this is what I came up with, and I just love it. It's gorgeous. You can do it with Pearlex. I haven't found a nice green. The true blue is beautiful, so that works quite well. My green is a spring green, and so it's not as vibrant. I don't know if they make an emerald green. If they do, that would be the green to pick. But this one is done with the Pearlex. But the holographic ones are just amazing. So I ran out, or on my pasta machine, I run a piece of, this is Souffle. You could use Primo, you could use Kato, Fimo, doesn't matter. Any of them will work. You need a strong clay. And I baked, when I finished them, I baked them for an hour and a half. So that's about half an hour longer than I normally bake them. And I do tend to do that when I'm doing really, really thin pieces, like these ones were baked the same for an hour and a half. And I did that because I don't want them to break. So as you can see, you know, you can just kind of squeeze that in half if you want to, and it's not going to break. So that longer baking actually makes things stronger. So that was the intent. So for these, I'm just going to just freehand the shape. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of a curve on the top. And you're going to want either a round dish to bake on, or you could bake on cardboard. And also when I did these, I did both sides because they will flip around quite a bit. And I wanted them to look nice whichever way they fell. So I'm just going to freehand a shape. And maybe make it a little smaller than you want it to be, because it's going to grow. So for earrings, I'm thinking I had done 8, but it really was too much. And I took 2 off. I think 3 is plenty. But you can do whatever you want. You can make earrings out of this. You can make a necklace out of it. It'll be lovely on a big open weave chain. So it's just kind of a teardrop shape, just flattened a bit on the top. And my clay, this is souffle igloo, not igloo, sorry, poppy seed. And it's on a 3, which is probably about a 1 millimeter in size. So what have we got there? We need one more. I'll just freehand one more. And you'll be able to adjust the shape and everything of it. So I'm going to just take one, put it on the glass so it'll stick in place a little bit better. And just adjust the shape a wee bit. And I'll clean it up more when I put it on the glass. So the next thing I'm going to do is start with my powders. So I've got my holographic color in the blue, and it's impossible to tell what colors these are, the holographic ones. The chameleon ones are a little easier to tell, but these, they all look like white powder, so that's why you're going to want to mark them in some way. I just stuck a piece of raw clay on this with black on it, and it's been on for probably a week. There doesn't seem to be any reaction with this plastic. I would imagine with this one there would be, but with the top it seems to be made out of a different kind of plastic. But, you know, I just took a chance on that. But that works really well. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, and I want that blue on the edges. A little bit across the top. And then I'll do the same with the green, which I have very little left of, but I've got more on order because this is my favorite color. It's green with, under certain lights, there's a purple in it, but it's a gorgeous green. I'm going to have a look in Pearl-Ex and see if they have like an emerald green. The green that I have is just not really good. So just blend that out a little bit. You can use your fingers, you could use a brush, whatever. And then I take a toothbrush, like those guys, so I don't break that, and just lightly drag over the surface. So it gives you some little striations and really adds to the realism of it. Then I'll pick this up. Now this will be the underside. And I'm going to put it on my bowl. Now because it's got mica powder on it, it's not going to want to stick. So you sort of have to encourage it a little bit. I'm really hot today, so it's going to be interesting getting it on, but you can use a piece of paper to sort of pat down those edges. That'll help. So as you can see, for the curve that I wanted in here, I'm putting them around the widest part of this bowl, running in this direction. If you run them this way, you'll get much more of a cup on it, and I didn't want that. I just wanted a convex sort of shape. So now you can adjust the shape of them. And keeping in mind, it's an organic shape, so it doesn't have to be precise. Okay, we'll leave that like that. And I'm going to put some powder on that now. So again, I'll start with the blue on the sides. See, am I in focus here? Here we go. A little bit across the top. Get some green on there. And then when you're happy with the color, just brush very lightly over the surface. And if you have anything you need to clean up, you can use your rubber tool. Okay, and then you're going to make 6, just like that, another 5. So I'll stop this, so probably fast forward this, because it's pretty much self-explanatory, and I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I have 7 of these actually on here, but just because I always like to make one extra in case something goes wrong with one of them. And that's how many fit on here. So now I'm going to put a hole in there. So I've got one of these bootlace ferrules. I buy these on eBay. They're like electrical connectors type things. And I'm just going to remove a little hole. I like to do about 3 of them before I clean it out. Just use one of my etch and pearls for to do that little job. So if it doesn't come out, sometimes I find if I do another one and that one comes out, then I can come back and clean that one out too. There we go. Okay, so that's the holes. So now I'm going to bake this in the oven. I'm going to start with a cold oven. And I wanted to reach my 275 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the temperature for souffle. And I'm going to put a baking tin over top of there to keep it from scorching or anything like that. And bake it for an hour and a half. So, and then I'm going to let it cool in the oven because you don't want to shock the glass. And then when it's cool, I'll be back and we'll assemble these little earrings. And we'll be done this project. So I'll see you later. So here they are out of the oven, and it's cooled down quite a bit. I took a minute to spray them with Preserve Your Memories. Sorry, with Preserve Your Memory spray. Just a quick spray on the top surface. I didn't, put this down for a second. I didn't spray the underside of these ones, but boy, I'll tell you, that's baked in really, really good. So I'm not concerned about it coming off at all. So in my estimation, I don't think it's really necessary. But anyways, these should just pop right off. Now, I sprayed the Preserve Your Memories right over the jar, so I'm going to take a scrubby afterwards and clean that up. Okay, so here they are. And yeah, that's on there pretty good. If you got any rough edges, now would be a good time to file them off or scrape them off or whatever you feel like you need to do. These are not bad. But okay, so let's assemble them. So I've got some jump rings. I've got little tiny 5mm ones, and these ones are 7mm. And I've got some some chain. And the way I put these on, I took a section of chain that was 3 links long and added a beetle wing to it, and one that was two links long and one that was 1 link long. And I kind of like that look, so we'll do the same thing on this one. So the first piece be 3 links. I'll just cut that with my flush cutters. And open up a jump ring. So I've got 2 pairs of chain nose pliers so that I can twist it to the side to open it. You need to open it fairly wide to get it through that hole, but it's a good size hole, so it's not too bad. Then I'll put the link of the chain on and close this. Again, turning it to the side. Jiggle it back and forth a little bit, makes it work harden a bit. So ideally though, let's, okay, so that's the long one. I should have done these in pairs first. Okay, so that one will match that. These will match these. Okay, so that's not too bad. So my next one will be 2 links. So I'll cut just above the second link. And open up another jump ring. Put it through one of the links. I'll just assemble 1 pair. The other pair is exactly the same. And then the last one will have only 1 link. So I'll take this, cut one off. Open up another jump ring. Take one of the smaller ones and the single link. There it is. And then I'm going to open up 1 more jump ring. And start to assemble. So I'm going to put the longest link on first. And then the one with the 2 links next. making sure that they're going to lay one on top of the other. And then the single link. Okay, they're all laying on top of each other. And then I'll close that jump ring. Now to orient these correctly so that the all the flat areas are in front of your face. Let's make sure I got that one on there right. Okay. Then you need to add another little jump ring. So that's where I'm going to use the little 5mm one and close that. And then I could have left it open and just add my ear finding to it, but I like to sort of open up the loop on the finding itself. I'll pick up the earring, make sure that everything is laying the way I want it to be. So that I know that that's the front. Slide the little jump ring on from the back and close it up. Two, three, let's make sure that all lines up nicely. So they'll move around quite a bit, which is why you want to do the backs. And so I'll just make sure that's all arranged the way it's supposed to be. And that's your beetle wing earrings. They're really, really pretty. It is a bit of a pain in the butt to get them to stick to your jar. You could use other dome surfaces, but this gave me the best result. With a little bit of a concave shape and everything, so it's quite worth it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you get your hands on some of this Born Pretty chameleon powders, and it comes in lots of different colors, you'll love it. You'll just absolutely love it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.